Oh my gosh, we're live. Okay. All right, this is our first time doing this. Hello. Okay, we are going to try to do a series of 5-minute videos describing our most frequently asked questions about world schooling and our insight into them, and just different questions we get about traveling full time, and also if you're just looking to travel short-term stints and do some of this stuff. So today's topic is, what is world schooling? What is it?
Yeah, so world schooling has a spectrum of definitions for different families that have been world schooling their kids. In the most basic sense, it's just traveling and experiencing the world, teaching your kids about the places you go, the cultures you visit. And to the other end of the spectrum, it could be, a private international school in some far off land. So it goes from being very unstructured and ad hoc to being very structured, typical scholastic education.
Yeah, and I think when we first started, it was very much like, we're going to show the kids the world and teach them about it. So when we see the pyramids of Egypt, we're going to talk about it. We're going to learn about the history, right? And now it's kind of grown, especially after the post-pandemic. It's been more people are waking up to understanding that maybe they can do this short term, right? It doesn't have to be this all in like we are full-time families. That you can do this short term. So we're seeing a lot of people wanting something almost like a vacation, but more structured, or like more engaging for the kids and the family.
Yeah, and I think that other cultures, other countries, they have more traditional gap years, and they do these family gap years. So it might be more common in other parts of the world from the U.S., but for us, it was a little bit, less traditional. So we had to figure out as we went along to how to best keep the kids engaged. And then we started to find these programs, these world schooling programs, whether they were temporary pop-ups or more permanent established schools. And that was really challenging at first, just to find information on where are their world schools, who do they accept, what are their timelines, things like that.
Yeah.
The information's getting a little easier, but still, even us right now, we're still searching daily for different activities and programs.
Which brings me to the point, which is below or in the description, I have, you can subscribe to our email list, which I send out once a month right now. And I try to scour for the best world schools and different opportunities, and I share them through there as well, so that my research can then hopefully help you guys as well, because it does take a lot of time and research to find some stuff. And again, you can look up world schooling communities, pop-ups. So let's just talk about a little bit in the couple minutes we have left. There are, the pop-ups tend to be more like summer camp, wouldn't you say? We did one, it was Nika World School. I would consider more of a pop-up. It was a little bit more they were doing regular ones, but it was amazing. But it was like summer camp. It was like family summer camp, and it was super fun, and it was for a few weeks.
Yeah, and they basically rented out an entire resort, so that all of the families had run of the entire resort. Everyone had their own little cabana, and we had communal dinners, communal meals. They had someone that came in and prepared the meals, and then the families together took turns doing the dishes, which kind of brought some good camaraderie together.
And then we had different activities we could do and different excursions and stuff. So there's a lot of pop-ups like that. There's a really popular one in Egypt that I know a lot of our friends have done, that they love it. And again, it's like these 1-month stints, right? And you'll probably do it once and probably never again. And so those are more the pop-up style. The world schools that are that we're doing right now, called Boundless, which we have other videos on as well, are more permanent. And they're a nice longer term solution for those that want it. Some people are still just taking advantage of their 1-month summer programs, but they have permanent locations, and you can see more, like I said, on our videos more in depth about that. But they have the education, the co-working for the family, the school, the education for the kids, and then they provide housing and a lot of community activities. And so those also have 3-month stints, so 1 month in the summer or 3 months outside of the summer, and they allow for more of a lifestyle, wouldn't you say, like a world schooling lifestyle, and a longer term education, because the kids are getting the same education no matter what location they choose.
Yeah, and so I think instead of having to look like, oh, we're gonna find a 1-week pop-up here and a 2-week thing there, it gives you that extended stay, so it's a little bit slower travel, so you don't have to be constantly on the move looking for the next thing. Having a 3-month session has been really a good fit for us, so that we can get a lot of work in, the kids get into routine, and build a lot of that those connections with other families.
Right, so just to kind of sum it up, because we are out of time on our quick 5 minutes, but world schooling is really can be whatever you want it to be honest. I think it's just taking traction in the fact that you can travel and you can have an untraditional type of lifestyle to see the world, to teach your kids, and maybe that is some sort of more traditional academics involved in it. Maybe it's you just...
Out of time. She's out of time. Cut her off.
You really did cut me off. Okay, pause it. Let me just finish my thought. I'm really bad at sticking to 5 minutes. That's why he has to do that, and I understand that. And I appreciate it. But I think that there are so many opportunities. I think what I just want to say is that if you want to just just try it for a month, there's an opportunity for you to do that. If you want to make it more of a lifestyle year round, there's an opportunity for you to do that. And you don't have to keep your kids in traditional school for them to learn properly, right? There are lots of different ways and more ways opening up around the world that you can involve world schooling, whether it's like a summer camp or a more longer term solution.
Yeah, so take a look at some of the other videos we posted on it, sign up for the email list, and get some info going.
Yeah, and comment below if you have any questions, and we will keep doing these with the questions that we get. We'll try to answer as many as possible.
Maybe next time we'll stick to 5 minutes.
Okay, we're at 6:10. Not bad. All right, see you later.